Palumbo here for an RX Muscle news update. The Arnold South America has let out and Rafa Brandao has brought home the gold, so to speak, and qualified again for the Mr. Olympia competition at the end of the year. Rafa really brought in a much improved, I thought, look from what we saw at the end of the year in 2021. He seemed to have regained a lot of size and then added extra size on top of that. You know, a lot of people didn't realize that Rafa had a very, very bad case of COVID last year. And he really sidetracked him quite a bit. And he had to really push all his competitions to the end of the year. And I think this was a great show to pick for 2022 for him. He had plenty of time to prepare for it. He put on all the size that he had lost, plus more. He's polished looking. His conditioning was great here. His waist is still small despite the fact that he's added, good size to his body. And I think that this is really what, the fans wanted to see. I think the judges wanted to see this from Rafa. And if he can now make even more improvements as the year progresses until the Mr. Olympia competition in December, which is he's got plenty of time for, I think he could be a factor. He's not the biggest guy. He never will be, but he doesn't need it because he's got such good structure. From the minute we saw him a couple years back when he, first hit the scene, we all said this guy has got the shape and structure to be a really good bodybuilder, but he didn't really have the size, and he still was placing well, top 5 at top shows. So it was only a matter of time before he put on enough size to be convincingly winning shows, which he's doing now. And I think that as he continues to add a little bit more here, a little bit more there, because he's keeping his waist small, so it's looking like he could add 3 pounds or 4 pounds of muscle. It looks like it's 10 or 12 pounds, because most other guys, when they add that muscle, their waistline gets bigger proportionally. So Rafa did a great job bringing in what he needed to, and you know what? He won because he had better overall everything, but every guy in that lineup was shredded. I have to take my hat. I love to see guys who work their butts off and bring the best that they can to the stage, working with the tool set that they have. This was a good lineup. And I got news for you. These guys could have beaten a lot of really top elite bodybuilders that could have come in here had they not been in shape, because everyone had striated glutes. Everyone had ripped hamstrings. Everyone had, great coloring on stage and presentation. Everyone had, abs. And that's the key. You got to bring that to the stage every time you come. And if you do that, you're going to be rewarded for it. I was very impressed with Vitor Boff, who was second. Matter of fact, they had him out there with Rafa for a very long time, comparing the two of them together. Yes, it was for the fans, but they were evenly matched. They were about the same size. Their conditioning was exactly the same. Both were shredded to the bone. Rafa has better shape and structure, better polish, more stage savvy. And that's what won it for Rafa. But, these guys matched up really well. And I got news for you. Thiago Ano, who was third, had the most size of both of those guys. He out from the back, he won the back poses as far as I was concerned, the back double and the lat spread. He was huge from behind, striated glutes, great tan. When he turned to the front, his chest was a little weak. His ab structure wasn't so great. But, size-wise, he brought everything he possibly could. And at the end of the day, when you watch a show and guys show up at their best, it's a fun show to watch, because you're not saying to yourself, oh, that guy could have been harder, he doesn't have enough tan on, his presentation stinks. All these guys had it all. They did the best that they could with the physique that they had. And you know what? That's just really, Rafa should feel good that he won this show, because it wasn't a blowout. He didn't go in there and beat a bunch of amateurs, essentially. He beat guys that pushed him and that were, had Rafa come in off, he might have lost the show. So to me, it was an enjoyable show to watch on the rebroadcast. I didn't see it live, but I saw the rebroadcast. Obviously, you see the video we're putting up. Thank God that the promoters, our good friend Tamer, were able to live stream this thing and get this thing up on the internet, because that makes it that much more enjoyable. Congratulations to Rafa Brandao. I will be doing a full wrap-up of the whole show with Chris Aceto tomorrow night on Heavy Muscle Radio, obviously Chris being Rafa's coach. For now, I'm Dave Palumbo with an RX Muscle News Update.